G'day viewers, it's another rainy weekend, so no fishing today, so I'm stuck in the garage just trying to catch up on some bottling my homemade white wine. At the same time I've got Mum making this dish here. It's called Calamari Ripieno or stuffed calamari in a tomato sauce, my favourite dish. We're going to start with the stuffing. We've got a bowl of breadcrumbs and we're going to throw in some Italian Parmesan cheese, just a couple of teaspoons, extra virgin olive oil, put it in there, a bit of seasoning, a bit of salt, definitely use some fresh parsley, chop it up into little pieces, garlic, just finally chop it up as well. Then we get ready for our tomato. Half a tomato should do the trick. Chop it up into pieces, discard the seeds, you don't want any bitterness, and we've got a nice fresh juicy egg. You can put two in if you want a nice firm stuffing mix. We're just using the one at the moment. And we've got a chilli, nice fresh chilli again. Put that in, chop it up nice and finely. Everybody loves chilli. That's going to be looking good. And then we just sort of mix it up, trying to get into some sort of pasty sort of consistency. Wet the mixture with a bit of water. You can use some white wine, and I can highly recommend that Moscato bottle a few minutes ago would do the trick too. Anyway, so we just turned up the stuffing, put in a bit more oil. I reckon it needs a bit more moisture there. Slowly push it down, get rid of any lumps, try and get a nice consistency. Taste the flavour if you need more salt. As you can see, Mum's food a bit there. Now, key ingredients, these guys here, calamari. We only need 4 DOMs, so don't get carried away.
The $2 cheapy one.
Fresh, the better. Now, I caught these the other day, so the ones we're using for the demonstration have been frozen, but I defrost them, but at the same time I had to clean them. This is a quick demo of what we're going to do. Put my fingers down the tube, pinch the backbone plastic, hold on to it tight, twist it, pull out all the innards. You put your finger across the flaps, get rid of that membrane, pull it out, you got yourself a nice squid tube. And also the legs, we definitely use that up in this recipe. Chop it up there nice and quickly like Mum is doing at the moment. Very fast for an 80-year-old. Well done, Mum. And we throw that into our mix. There's no need to pre-cook it. Just throw it right in. Making sure it's all nice and well mixed in. Now, the Squid Troops. This trick here, I was amazed when I saw Mum do this. We puncture the tubes with a skewer. Basically, we try and, when we put the stuffing mix in there, the air will be able to be released through those holes, so you won't get those squid tubes bursting as they're cooked. So Mum's just filling them up right now. Okay, so we just put a bit in at a time. We try and push the mixture down to the bottom of the tube. So Mum's put a bit, and then with the thumb and her finger she's guiding it down to the end of the tube. And she puts in probably about 2/3 full. Do not overfill it, because the calamari tube will shrink and it will either explode, split, or just won't look too good. So just do what my mum's doing, nice and gentle there. Add in just enough, about 2/3 full. Squeeze it down to the end of the tube. And we've got the other 3 tubes to go, and I think Mum's might get into a bit of a fast action motion there. Yeah, she knows I'm pretty keen to get stuck into these beauties. And basically what you're making is a calamari sausage. So we've got them sitting on the table, just about ready for our next trick, and that's to seal the opening. And we just use a toothpick, puncture one side, feed it through the other, and that will hold the squid tube in place. And that will minimise the chance of any of the filling to ooze out as it's getting cooked. So you want to keep that formation like that. So it's very simple trick with a toothpick. There's no need for any stitching, and there you go. They look terrific. And at the same time too, after you finish your dinner, you can use a toothpick for for cleaning out those bits in your teeth. Anyway, so that's on the plate there, getting ready for their next phase. And that phase is that we're going to get a hot pan, bit of oil on the bottom, bring it up to a nice warm temperature, throw in a few pieces of garlic. Yeah, you can just hear that sizzling, that smell's coming through my nostrils, and it's great, Just talking about it is already making me hungry. And what we do now is to basically fry them up. Cooking times, look, I think around 5 minutes. You turn them around on each side a few times. You don't want them to stick, you don't want them to get burnt, but you actually want them to be cooked quite thoroughly. Okay, so that's just coming out really great, and that sizzle sound is terrific. That second one to the left Mum just turned is already starting to produce into a Squid Troops stuffed squid formation. Anyway, just stuff that up. And what Mum will do now is get the fork and start puncturing the tubes, just ensuring that any excess air or steam is released. Should be doing that pretty soon there. There you go. And that's also a good way to see if the squid's actually been cooked thoroughly. Alright, turn around again and beautiful. Now we put the lid on, let it simmer there for another, maybe, I don't know, a couple of minutes I suppose. Now you would do want some juice, and we're using a tin whole peeled tomatoes. Make sure it's all mashed up into a pasty sort of mixed, and we'll throw it in and bang, steam all over the place. Just ruined the legs, but that's okay, it's worth the sacrifice. And we just let that cook for probably another 10 to 15 minutes, Mum reckons. You can add a bit of water to give it more sauce, or you can use some white wine as well. Nice fresh chopped, actually fresh pieces of basil, a bit more seasoning for the tomato sauce. You can add a teaspoon of sugar just to neutralise the acids in that tomato paste. And mate, this is looking fantastic. And if you've got excess sauce, put in some spaghetti and you got yourself a nice marinara as well. And just slowly baste those squid tubes there with the sauce. Make sure they're all covered and just suck up all those beautiful juices, and then you put them on the tray. Oh mate, I just can't wait to get into this. Yeah, oh, mate, I don't know how my mum does it. She's definitely fed the whole family well for these recipes. Put some rest of the sauce all over the place. This is just looking fantastic. And when you're going to serve this, you've got to make sure you got yourself a nice glass of white wine. Again, that's the Muscat, I bottled a few moments before. You get it with the squid tube, and what I do, I like slicing it up and throw in the sauce all over the place. And mate, this is just one meal, fit for a king, and it's just unbelievable. I could eat this all day, every night, forever. There you have it, folks. Great day, lots of work to do. Rainy day, no fishing, bottled me wine, made some of those calamari ripieno italiano if I live in Gaza. Bottled some homemade white wine. Very nice day. Got Mum to cook up those calamari. Now weather's superb. See you next time. Thanks very much. Take care.